FM 94, The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know a band we play here on The Dark. And on the phone tonight, I'm talking with Rachel Lorin. And of course, you've probably heard her latest song, I Hate You. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first of all, I want to welcome you to The Dark. Rachel, how are you doing tonight?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really great. I'm sitting in the sun talking to you, so there's nothing better.
And you guys currently are on a tour right now. And last week we had a chance to talk with Eric from Shallow Side, and those are one of your tour mates, along also with Bridge to Grace. Let's talk about that first. And how has the tour been going?
You know, it's so funny because this is my first tour, and we got the bus, we got the whole 9 yards, and it is so awesome so far. We're 11 days in and going strong. I'm having a blast, and you know, we're kind of like working all the kinks out in every single show and just getting better and better. And I'm so proud of my band, and you know, it's an honor to be performing with Bridge to Grace and Shallow Side because they're really, really tight and really wonderful to watch, and just such great people, and so it's cool to be in, you know, with bands doing the same thing as you and just loving the art. It's just so much fun.
You mentioned it's your first tour. Is it kind of everything you thought it would be?
You know, it's everything I thought it would be, but a lot more. It's a lot of work, but it's interesting. It's like you sleep most of the day, you're up most of the night. I mean, it's just weird. I go to sleep, and then I'll wake up in a different city, and I'll be just focusing on my voice all day, and then perform that night, go back to sleep, and then wake up in a different city. It's weird as hell, and there's just no time to miss home, nothing, because you're always working. It's so weird, and you know, it kind of sucks. I came on this tour, my very first show, I had laryngitis, and I'm like, this just sucks to have on the very first goddamn day. But you know, I'm battling through it. I love it, and it's great because it's just, you know, it's challenging me more to be a better performer, better singer, learn how to suck it up, as they would say. And it's just going great. I'm just really, really happy. My mom came with me, and my band guys. We're really loving it, and we're all, you know, really humbled because every single show is different, but all the crowds are consistent. They just all are so great, full of energy. They all rock. It's great.
Cool. All right, Rachel, let's get the story about you here. And how did Rachel Lorin decide to get into music and get this thing going? Give us the background.
Oh man, well, ever since I was born, I think everybody knew I'd be a singer. I was the loudest baby in the freaking hospital. They heard me a mile away. I was screaming my butt off. But you know, I've been singing since forever. I would like hum Phantom of the Opera when I was 2 to put myself to sleep. It was very strange, but no, my parents are not exactly singing savvy. My mom failed chorus, which is bizarre. I've never seen anybody get an F in chorus, but it's pretty cute. Yeah, so I started out in like little choruses and choirs, and you know, I didn't think I'd ever really want to do it professionally. So I actually started out as a model. Someone scouted me when I was 9 years old on the street, and for elite models, and they were like, please let us shoot you and do a test shoot. I got signed within a week with them, and after that, I kind of, you know, there was always something missing, and it was singing, it was the music. So I ended up going into theater first. I did High School Musical 1 and 2, 1 and 2, the touring productions, and that was really cool. I was only like 11 and 12 when we were doing that. I was the youngest cast member, and then from there, I did the U.S. Open. I performed solo center court when I was about 13 years old, and you know, my parents were, you got to do this professionally, obviously, and I was in total agreement. So we moved from Georgia to New York. My whole entire family, I'm very lucky. They all moved to New York so I could pursue my career, and I started recording, started getting a lot more jobs. I started in the dance pop music, and you know, I think all music's great. Basically, there are 2 genres: bad songs and good songs for me. I love all music, but you know, there was always something missing when I was doing the pop dance thing, and I didn't enjoy it as much as standing and singing my butt off. I didn't enjoy dancing and lip syncing. That just wasn't my thing. I was like, I'd rather, have a band, sing my ass off. That's what I wanted to do. So I met Tony Harnell from TNT and Skid Row, and he took me under his wing a little bit, and he kind of helped me merge into the rock world, which is what I always wanted to do. And I worked with so many great producers up until then, but he's the one who actually really helped me get to where I wanted to go. So we decided to do a cover of Love Bites from Def Leppard, which is on YouTube. You can check that out. And that was kind of my way of segueing out of the pop world into the rock world, and it was very successful. It got 500,000 views in a week and got pulled off of YouTube because my moron self did not buy the rights. I didn't think I would need to, but that's kind of what happened. And everyone that I know thinks that this genre fits me more, and I've never been so happy. So there was that. Then I did my first rock single that I wrote with a guy out in Sweden, and Tony vocal produced it. It's called "It's in Me," and that was my first debut rock single, and that's also on YouTube and all that stuff. And so so since then I've just been working my butt off with the rock music, and I love it. I opened for Skid Row, Tim Skold from Marilyn Manson, Phil X from Bon Jovi, and I just had really, really wonderful opportunities. Right place at the right time, I guess. And I'm going to be opening for Sebastian Bach actually November 26th at the Chance Theater in upstate New York.
Very cool.
So I'm really excited. It's all just been working really well and gracefully. It's not been like an up and down situation. It's been just like a good rise. There's not been many plateaus. It's just been great.
Awesome. We're talking to Rachel Lorin, and of course, her new song is "I Hate You," and I want to get to that song, I guess, as you had mentioned some of the other songs too. But I'm very curious to hear your answer on what you're meaning and why you wrote this song. So can I get the inspiration or why you decided to write a song called "I Hate You"?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, every relationship, has its ups and downs, right? I mean, I'm not the only one who would think that. I mean, there's no, like, I love you every single day. Like, there are days when you want to slap another person. And I'm definitely not alone when I say that. And, it's like you either deal with breakup songs or you deal with love songs. There's never, like, some bipolar. I feel both, like, cases. So, I've had my inspirations about that, and I worked on that song with Pat Gasparini from Four by Fade and Flywheel and Pound. He's incredible, and we just started working together. We have 9 songs under our belt now, so look out for an album next year. You will see it. But no, we both were kind of on the same page with the subject of this song of, it's like some days you love a person, some days kind of can't stand them.
I got you.
It's just the way it is. Like, I can live without you, but I can also live with you. It's just,
right.
Yeah. Yeah. But I plead the fifth on who it's about.
Okay. There we go. Well, I tried. I tried.
I'm zipping. Well, it's like if you stalk me on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, you probably figure it out. But I'm like zipping my lip right now.
So you hear that, everybody? You got to stalk her on Facebook and Twitter to find out, I guess, the answer. Let me ask you that. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias and all that out there. Do you feel like they've helped, I guess, the rock and helped you get out there?
God, yes. Well, I mean, I was on a TV show for about a year.
Okay.
A reality TV show called The Next Big Thing.
Oh, yeah.
On Oxygen, E! Network, all that stuff. And they kind of followed me around for 9 episodes with my mom, my dad. It was crazy, but I got a lot of followers just from that, and I think it is so freaking useful to have all of the networks that are given to you. Even though it can be sometimes to keep up with all of them, it's really useful. It's such a useful marketing tool. Every single one of them, Facebook, Instagram, I gotta get a Snapchat. I'm like, I gotta get one. I'm kind of still delaying myself on that, but procrastinating. But
It seems like Snapchat is for those younger ones that are like 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Once you hit the age of 21, which I think you are now, right? 21?
yeah.
Okay,
21.
so then it seems like you become old and you have to then resort to the Facebook or something.
I know. Everyone keeps asking me, get a Snapchat. I'm like, no, that's like one more freaking thing I gotta do. Like, I gotta have time to like sleep, people,
Right.
and perform. But no, it is the most useful thing in the world. It's awesome. You can promote every live show. You can post your videos and show people that you're working. Show people what you're up to.
Right.
Some people take it a little far and let us know when they're doing their laundry and going to the bathroom, which is annoying. But I use it as like a marketing tool for my music and social stuff, and I love it. I actually really love it. I know a lot of people hate it, but that's the generation I grew up in, so I don't really know any difference.
Right.
When I was a kid, it was MySpace, and now it's all these other ones. So I like it. I enjoy it.
Hey,
and
that's
I think
fine.
It's very useful.
Yeah, when I grew up, we didn't have any of that. So
Exactly.
you'd run down the street and tell your mom you're going down the street and playing. Now you text everybody and tell them what you're doing.
Oh yeah. It's true, and it's like there's something to be said about mystery. Like what Prince did and David Bowie. You never really heard anything about them except their music.
Right.
And I think that it's so great, and I respect him. But if you're working and on your way up, it is such a useful tool. It's not like I'm not the most famous person in the world right now, so I'd rather use that than be like, no one needs to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'd rather everybody know what I'm doing and talk to everybody, and I consider my fans my friends because,
Cool.
listen, they're nice enough to pay attention.
Very
I'll
cool.
pay attention back.
Yeah. We're talking with Rachel Lorin. Of course, her new song is I Hate You. Let's talk about some influences and kind of get to know you a little bit better. We've kind of got the history of kind of where you've gotten to this point now, but I guess as a kid growing up, which wasn't that long ago, what did you listen to as a kid?
Oh, man. Well, my mom, I was very, very lucky and blessed to grow up with a music-savvy mom. She had records of everybody, Judas Priest, TNT, Skid Row, Journey, Whitesnake, like all the really great, wonderful 70s and 80s rockers, and Led Zeppelin, and so many great ones. David, but I could just keep going and going and going and going. Michael Jackson, Prince, all of them. I love all of that old school music. I mean, the 90s were great. Early 2000s great. I kind of wish I was born in the 70s or 80s. The music's just uncomparable, and they just don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. They don't.
But my influences are Judas Priest. Rob Halford is my hero. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm is another one of my heroes. Miles Kennedy is just incredible. Tony Harnell, incredible.
Hey, and what's cool about that is this week on Billboard, the 200 charts, their new album, The Last Hero, just came out as the number 8th album. That doesn't happen very often in rock. Of course, Green Day had the number 1 album, but to have them be back on the album charts for the first time, I think it's been since 2004. So that's a good accomplishment for them.
That's why I kind of want to vomit when people say rock is dead. It's not.
No.
It's not at all. It's very, very, very much alive, and that's where all the live music is. I mean, you see stadiums filled for rock music, always, always. You got your token pop people that always get it.
Right.
And when it comes to up-and-coming rock music, that's where it's at. It's not dead at all, and I'm telling you, because I'm on tour, all of these shows have been jam-packed with people, local bands open for us, and I swear, I mean, I have never seen so many people support rock music in my entire life. I mean, every single day we're in a different city, and I'm just absolutely shocked, because I'm like, what are people talking about? Rock is dead. Rock is dead in my butt. And it's like very much here.
Absolutely.
Right now. I'm taking advantage of it because I love it, and I want to bring something new, and something kind of old school as well.
Let me ask you that question. Something new in that, and I'm gonna. in the last, say, 5 years or so, I think it's been there's been a huge craze of the female-fronted band, okay?
Yeah, there's a gap.
And it's awesome. It's awesome. But the question I guess I want to ask you is, after a while, as you keep hearing the same, or you hear the different female-fronted artists, they start sounding a little bit the same. How do you make yourself new and stand out?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's like, there are not that many, current rock, American rock type chicks out there right now besides Hailstorm. Dorothy's coming up as well. But all these chicks are, in their 30s and, tattooed, and there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, they're all my heroes, and they're all very grunge. But I feel like I'm bringing, the girl factor back in. Like, I'm like clean as a bird. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I dress like I always try to dress to the nines every single show.
Right.
I try to bring in that very girly factor back in, and also the clean thing. So pretty much all ranges of ages can, listen to my music.
Right.
And I like the hard rock, grunge, punk, rebel attitude, but I also really do like the current commercial vibe as well. So I'm trying to find that happy medium where everyone can listen to it and enjoy it.
Is it tough to kind of get that in-between stage right now? Because there isn't necessarily, it's either you're hardcore or you're more poppy, and it's kind of hard to get in the middle right now? Or is it...
It's hard. It's a little hard. I mean, it took me 3 years of being in the rock world to finally get, a single on the radio that actually was that happy medium. You got your really grungy guitars, but you don't hear one word of profanity in it. And I just want to kind of start my image like that, and then of course within the next record or two, my real me will start coming out a little bit. But I definitely, I do feel like I'm bringing in a little different vibe into the mix, and I'm also a huge fan of Zeppelin and Queen and all that stuff. So I'm trying to bring in vocal qualities of them back into current stuff.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. I have 3 daughters, and they're just they're just on the verge of being teenagers. And what's really cool to hear
from shotgun.
What's that?
Do you have your shotgun?
I don't, but I know my dad has a bunch, so I could get those, so no problem. So you hear that, Central Minnesota. Anyway, what I was going to say, though, it's really refreshing for you to say what you just did, that, you're not into drugs, you're not drinking, you're clean, you put on a girl image. And nothing against other rockers out there. I mean, that's exactly. That's their thing. But when you're a parent, or when you have daughters growing up, sometimes you have to find some people that are good role models, and it seems like you're going to try to fit that role for those girls coming up.
And I have not yet seen a female rock artist that some of them have the fake boobs and fake lips, some of them have the tattoos all over and smoke and drink, and some of them do drugs. And I'm finally one of the, I'm 21 years old, I'm clean, and I'm not into that whole party scene. I'm more into the music and the art of it all. And that's what I want to bring, I feel like rock and roll doesn't only stand for sex and drugs. It's also real music with musicians and art, and I just want to bring that back.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Hey, if you had to put together your 3-band bill, now currently you're out obviously with, as we mentioned, Shallow Side and Bridge to Grace, but if you had to put together a bill that would be Rachel Lorin and then 3 other bands that would go out, kind of your ultimate thing, who would you love to go out and tour with?
I would love to go out with Hailstorm.
Okay.
Number one, because I think she's actually just commented on one of my Instagram pictures, and I was like crying. I was so happy. I would go out with her. And
have you ever met her then, or have you guys talked?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I met her with Tony Harnell.
Very cool.
We went to one of her shows, and she was actually sick that night. And she just was just incredible, blew me away. That one of the best concerts I've seen.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd love to go out with her, and I'd really love to go out with Alter Bridge because I think Miles Kennedy is so. I really do. He's incredible. But I mean, if I were to say like 80s bands, I'd pick like, oh man, I'd pick like Def Leppard or Alice Cooper or something.
You know what?
Awesome, like White Snake or something awesome. You know.
Alice Cooper is unbelievable.
Yes, he is. I saw him in concert with my good friend AC Slade, and I was like,
the showmanship that he has, the showmanship that he has, it's unbelievable. And I think he's just short of 70 years old now, and he's still up there rocking. That's just unbelievable.
And you know what the best part is? He's a nice person.
Yeah.
That's what I'm in love with. That whole wonderful, just class act, amazing, humble. It's incredible.
Have you had a chance to hear your song on the radio yet?
No, I told my bus driver, I was like, you keep on that radio because you never know. But everyone else will message me and like, hey, we heard you right before Bon Jovi, or hey, just heard this song, and I'm like, God damn, how's everyone else hearing it? I'm not. Oh.
What do you think it's going to mean to you actually when you do hear it on the radio for the first time?
Well, I'm like one of those sensitive freaks who's all sappy and will cry at the drop of a pin. So I feel like if my mom was filming it, I'd probably like drop to my knees and just start bawling and hug all my band members and my mom and dad and just be all stupid and sappy and religious and all that crap. I'd probably be like just beside myself, because it's a lot of work.
Right.
It's hard.
It is.
It's really hard. A lot of artists don't get the opportunity, so.
Very cool. Hey, you mentioned
thing important.
You mentioned your band members, Rachel. Let's talk about them just in a second. And how did all these guys come together to perform behind you?
Well, oh man, this is actually the funniest question you've asked so far. I haven't had a band up until almost a year ago. Not a full year yet, and all the guys except. All the guys I have now were not who I started with, and AC Slade actually was my original bass player, but he has to go on tour now with Dope and the Misfits, so he kind of put together this awesome super group band for me, and these guys are incredible. My new guitarist, his name's Angelo Fariello, who actually, hey Angie, he just walked by me. He's from Sweet Cyanide and so many awesome bands, and my drummer, J-Bomb, he knew him, and he knew I wanted a second guitar player for this tour, and he's like, Rach, he showed me a picture. He didn't really show me anything else. He's like, this is an option. And I was like, yes, he's in. I didn't even audition him. I didn't play. Nothing. He was like, yeah, so this is an option. I was like,
right.
All right, cool. He's the guy. I did not even bother auditioning him. I watched some of his videos. He's incredible. He learned the material in less than a week. He's a godsend, and he's only been around for a month now. Jay's been around for a month. He's my drummer. He's also from Sweet Cyanide, Sex Slaves. He's amazing, and he actually made my mic stand that is like filled with diamonds and rhinestones. I don't know if you saw it.
I've seen something on there before. Yes, I have. So.
Yeah, he made that.
Very cool.
He made that in like a day for the music video. He's like, oh, sure. And then Jaster, he's my other guitarist.
Okay.
He's been around the longest out of all these guys. He's been around for about 9 or 10 months, and he's if you got to know him, you'd think he was on drugs. He's so chill. He's so calm all the time. It's amazing. Even if something really upsets him, I swear you wouldn't know it. He's
right.
Calm all the time, like a Californian surfer dude. I'm jealous of him a little bit in that regard because he's just always so laid back. I love it.
So you mentioned you're out on tour, of course. What's it like then hanging out with these guys on the bus and doing things on a regular basis then? And
I thought it would be uncomfortable to be around a bunch of stinky guys all day stuck in a bus, and I'm like the only girl. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much testosterone, I can't take it. But no, they're so incredible, and I was thinking that they'd probably hate being on a bus with a girl, but just yesterday we were all, painting a skull together and putting rhinestones on it. And I was like, hey, this isn't so bad. This is not so bad. You know, I swear to God, and they're just so cute.
It's art class on the bus today.
No, seriously, we're doing arts and crafts. We're like making our own little merch board, and
Well, and I got to believe they're like kind of like big brothers looking out for you too, aren't they?
They are. They are. They are. You know, it's so funny. There's a couple of guys from the other bands, you know, sometimes they'll like get drunk, and you know, since I'm a girl,
Yeah.
you know, I don't even have to go further.
Right.
And the guys will like get a little drunk and go up to them and be like, "You touch her or anything, you better treat her like your little sister." I swear to God, it's like the funniest thing. They're all a bunch of security guard big brothers.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
It's such a funny thing to watch because they like threaten the crap out of some guys. It's really funny.
Just remember that, guys, when you're out watching Rachel Lorin, she's got a whole bunch of bodyguards right behind her, so be careful, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about, you mentioned an upcoming album, hopefully in 2017. What are some other things on the horizon here? You're going to continue touring here the end of 16 and into 17?
Yeah, we're gonna be finished in the middle of December, but then I'm sure we have festivals lined up for next year as well. We're gonna be in Vegas for the convention. I can't speak.
Oh yeah.
For the kids convention, then we're also gonna be there for Rock in the Spring Festival in Vegas as well in April.
Very cool.
So we already got some stuff lined up, but no, you know, the main thing is actually putting out an EP and then an album with Pat actually. And I'm also working on an EP with Earl Cohen, who worked with so many people. He's got 3 Grammys. He worked with Lady Gaga. He got Grammys from that album. He's worked with so many people, Whitney Houston, you name it, Celine Dion, Jessica Simpson, just pretty much all of these amazing, amazing people. And he and I are going to release an EP as well.
Wow, that'll be awesome.
Next year. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you're going to have a lot of music coming at you.
Awesome. Hey, Rachel, how do people find out more information about Rachel Lorin and her music?
Everywhere. So I just finally got my website done. Seth from Salaside actually helped me with it. It's www.rachel.lorinmusic.com, which is RACHELLORIN music.com, and that is my website. But I'm everywhere on social media. I'm on Instagram, Rachel Lorin Official. I'm on Twitter, Rachel L, and then the last name is FILSOOF. And on Facebook, it's Rachel Lorin. And I have another page, Rachel Lorin Music. So you can find me there, and I will follow back, like back, whatever. I'm not like a freak like that, so.
Awesome. Hey, Rachel, it's been a lot of fun talking to you, get to know you. I wish you the best.
So much.
Absolutely. I wish you the best of luck out there.
Whoever voted for me for the competition you guys put up, thank you. I really appreciate the support.
Yes, absolutely. And
that was really awesome.
Speaking of your latest song, which people were voting for, I Hate You, we're going to play it right now. Does that sound good?
Awesome. That sounds so good, baby. Thank you so much for having me.
Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you down the road, okay?
Sounds good, babe.
Once again, that is Rachel Lorin. Their latest song is I Hate You. You're hearing it right now. It's on The Dark. It's on FM 94.